MK Party to take its case against IEC to International Court. The uMkhonto weSizwe Party MKP, which already has approached the Electoral Court in its bid to set the recent election results aside, has revealed that it will be approaching international courts over the alleged rigging of last month's elections. The party's decisions comes after its bid to have the results of the elections declared invalid failed in the Electoral Court. On Sunday, MKP leader Jacob Zuma revealed that the party had instructed its legal teams to take the necessary steps inside and outside South Africa to ensure that justice was served. Zuma said, "I want to tell you what our legal person was telling me. The judges here who make judgments not based on facts are likely to tell you that this is all wrong. We are going to the international court so that this country does not have South African judges doing so. Judges will get angry and sentence you because they hate you. We are going to the judges who look at things and look at issues. We are going there to the judges that look at things and issues. For the record, the MK Party is of the strong view that the 2024 elections were rigged and that the results announced by the IEC are not a true reflection of the will of the people." Ahead of the media briefing, the party said in its documents it had enough evidence that the results were manipulated and, according to its team of researchers, the results tallied did not match the number of the total votes. Zuma accused the Electoral Commission of South Africa IEC and the Constitutional Court of having ignored volumes of its evidence of election fraud as well as of having cooked the numbers. Zuma said, "Before and after the results, we have presented concrete evidence to the IEC showing widespread irregularities in the voting process and the voting system. It has all fallen on deaf ears. We have also tried peaceful means to address our grievances, but all in vain. We have even approached the highest court in the land, but it's rejected our pleas without even giving us a hearing and relying on technicalities while democracy itself is being destroyed. Such a legal system must be changed as soon as possible." Advocate dazzling, who represents the MKP, indicated that the party had been engaged in various legal challenges in the past few weeks. Mpofu said, "The MK Party has been involved in what I call an unprecedented 11 cases in a space of about 3 months. I do not think there is any organization that has been to court this many times in a short space of time. In short, as you might know, from the 19th of March, we were in the Bloemfontein High Court where we had been taken by the ANC to deregister the party. They failed. On the 27th of March, and the ANC also took us to the Durban High Court to fight over the logo and the trademark. They failed in June. We pointed out the matter of the irregularities in the results and the composition of the National Assembly to the Constitutional Court, which was dismissed last week. Currently, there is an Electoral Court matter and that of the ATM, where the MK Party is cited." Mpofu said the party had done well in the majority of the cases except for 2 cases that sat before the Apex Court. In all of the cases, the party has done well, except for those cases that are in the Constitutional Court, which dismissed both its cases. My final point is that we, or the legal team, are awaiting judgment on weSizwe Ready and Bonginkosi Kanyile. We have been asking as the legal team to look at ways in which to look at those matters both locally and internationally, he said. In spite of complaints and opposition, political parties including the MKP Over allegations of electoral fraud and vote rigging, the Commission has stood firm in its assessment of its performance, saying it had fulfilled its role in ensuring that the people of South Africa exercised their democratic rights. Zuma slams GNU as sellout deal. The leader of uMkhonto weSizwe, Jacob Zuma, and South African Rainbow Alliance SARA leader Colin Makubele have both slammed the Government of National Unity GNU as a betrayal of the people. SARA, alongside the MK party, has joined other parties under the newly formed Progressive Caucus of the parties, which wants the recent election results set aside. Speaking during a media briefing organized by MK Party on Sunday, Makubele accused the ANC of failing South Africans in the elections. Today is a sober moment in our history. It is a truly defining moment for this nation. In the same light, we want to implore on the ruling party, the ANC, to admit that whatever their intentions were for the 2024 elections and the so-called Government of National Unity, GNU, they must admit to this truth and this reality that things went horribly wrong for the majority of black people, she said. Makubele added, many South Africans thought they were waiting for a great new start after the 2024 elections. It was buzzing. We came up with the new political parties and young people were hopefully saying 2024 is our 1994. We all agreed that there were fundamental changes to be made in our society to address the issues of poverty, unemployment, and inequality and governance. Little did we know that 2024 is the DA's 1994. Makubele added that the prison doors were waiting for some politicians who had been fingered in corruption, saying, things have gone horribly wrong for the politicians and the prison doors, which are waiting for them because of this arranged marriage. Zuma described the GNU as a nonsense, saying that the political conditions had changed since the formation of the first GNU in 1994. They want to make us as a country at war, and they are giving us this GNU. But there is no Government of National Unity in South Africa. What we have here is a white-led and holy alliance between the DA and the ANC of President Cyril Ramaphosa. It is sponsored by big business, and it's for the benefit of the markets and not the people, he said. As for the way forward, Zuma said the MK party has instructed its lawyers to draft a letter of demand to stop the media from misleading South Africans on the GNU. We have asked our lawyers to write a letter of demand to the SABC to stop deliberately misleading South Africans by using terms like GNU or GPU, Government of Provincial Unity, to refer to present sellout coalitions. This is nothing but a return of apartheid and colonization, he added. MKP members bicker over allocation of legislature seats. The uMkhonto weSizwe party, MKP, has brushed aside suggestions that tensions surrounding their list of candidates for members of provincial legislatures, MPL's seats, which bubbles over outside the KZN legislatures on Friday, hampered their chances to lead government. As MPLs prepared for the swearing-in ceremony, a scuffle broke out between MKP members and supporters outside the legislature. They squabbled over the list that had been submitted to the legislature. Independent Electoral Commission of SA IEC spokesperson Tabani Ngwira indicated that the MKP members' list, like other political parties, was the one that had been published by the IEC following the announcement of results. He pointed out that circumstances such as registrations or deaths would result in list changes. Spokesperson of the Office of the Speaker, Nomu Sapungula, confirmed that there have been changes to the MKP list which had been done at their insistence. On 10th June, uMkhonto weSizwe officially wrote to the legislature indicating the expulsion of members and provided a supplementary list. The MKP depleted its list, therefore qualified for supplementation. She pointed out that there were no time frames for the supplementation of lists. On Friday, the MKP narrowly lost contests for the Speaker, Deputy Speaker and Premier positions. It prompted some to suggest that if they had properly planned for the sitting and lobbied, they could have snatched the positions from the ANC, DA, IPF and NFP bloc. The MKP spokesperson, Tumultuous, defended the apparent 11th hour alteration to the list. He said they had to send the best of their crop for deployment and were prepared to make changes if required. He also dismissed the bloc that won, labeling it a collective of rejects because of the low numbers of votes that these parties recorded individually when compared to the MKP. Friday's outcome is one of the conglomerate of rejects, he said. Ndlela pointed out that the party was within its rights to determine where its members should be deployed. We know that comrades may want to go to parliament and the legislature, but it is important that anyone who represents us has sufficient capacity to do so. Additionally, everyone that serves does so was deployed by the organization. No one operates on their own. The leader of MKP in the KZN legislature is former KwaZulu-Natal House of Traditional Leaders Chairperson Inkosi weSizwe. And that's it from Egypt's Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.